Hello everyone. Today I'm going to present a case report study from Lane University about one of the issues that are very important in the educational psychology. We are going to speak today about the impact of uh, cognitive development theory by Vygotsky and moral development stages by Kohlberg and social development theory by Erikson on our understanding of students' interaction and development. This case study is gonna examine the performance of a student called Hiba El Moomin. She is 16 years old from Morocco, female. She's studying in grade 11. Basically, she's active, outgoing person. She doesn't suffer from any mental issues. We start basically with observing her reaction and the way how she's gonna develop in the cognitive field. The nature of the task that was designed for her to work on is actually a YouTube channel. Her and a group of her friends and classmates were asked to design educational videos on our channel, which is called FEPS Speaks. It's named after our school. The idea, as you can see on the picture, the students were asked first of all to speak about anything that grabs their interest and to see and observe what are the choices that they are going to make. And based on this point, we are going to analyze their choices. Starting from this point, we are going to understand what are the topics that's gonna be like tackled by their age group. And once the student started doing the videos, I can explain this in the light of Vygotsky theory. And speaking about the zone of the proximal development theory. The students have declared that she's learning lots of things from her peers, from the teachers, and she getting to know lots of new information from the other knowledgeable uh, person. Through the guidance of the teacher and her peers, she was able to highlight and understand the mastery of video editing, the speaking techniques, the montage, all those issues were learned by her and her group within the group. And here, the concentration about the social interaction and how it is important for the student to learn from each other. Moving to the moral development stages, theory by Kohlberg. So Kohlberg presents lots of stages and examines the understanding of individuals about the essence of moral. I have asked this student actually to know why she's not going to make, what's the reason or the driver behind respecting the ethics of making video online on the internet, since it's not going to be like exactly supervised or in a scrutinized way. The students declared that the only driver behind her commitment was to be a good girl, not a bad girl. So here it shows that Goldberg explained this stage and he linked that to the understanding of adolescence. And she said uh, she wanted to maintain credibility and approval from her peers, from her teacher. That's why she didn't take any other videos. She made her own product, um, which is which is very can be really is like linked to the theory of cohort. Let's move now to the social development by Erikson. Erikson explains usually the psychological development of individuals. And as you can see, that most of people they seek for developing their personality in different stages of their lives. And when we are speaking about teens, those specific age group usually are looking for modeling or constructing their own identity. It can be seen clearly that most of the students in this grade made videos about role models. Princess Diana, Sheikh Zayed, the astronauts from UAE called Mansour bin Hazza. So the students find it like really interesting to talk about those role models, and they find it a sense of inspiration to develop their own personality. And Hiba, which we examined in this case study reports, did the same actually. And she talks about one of the greatest travelers in the Islamic Arabic world, and he is called Ibn Battuta. So she found it very interesting to make a video about him, an informative one. Then I found out that Ericsson again made it, and there is a great, huge link between the performance of the students, which will naturally, and the theory of. So what we can study, or what we can like assume, the students once she was involved in this group work to make educational videos on the YouTube channel, she learned very effectively, quickly, with the help of teacher and with the help, most importantly, with the help of her classmates and peers. And when we speak about the psychological development, is very important because the student found a way to develop her own personality by making videos on role models. And lastly, I would like to mention the sense of morality. Students declared that she wanted to get the credibility and to be a good girl front of the others. So she's not so far getting the sense of the social contract stage or the universal principle for ethics, not yet, because this is linked to her age. What we can do to develop the students' performance, the cognitive, moral, and like psychological development. Actually, I think that the most important thing is to reduce the teacher's reliance uh, by the students on him and lets the students work by themselves. This is going to make them being more independent, and they are going to find out a way to work on products by themselves. And we shouldn't let the students be in their comfortable zone when it comes to their understanding of morality. We should encourage them uh, and guide them by maybe showing them videos about like what's next in sense of the morality. Sometimes you shouldn't do the wrong thing or the right thing only because of how others they see us, but we should be convinced and we should be really aware why we are taking those decisions. And of course, looking back to Erickson's theory, the students definitely will develop in the future according to her age. and she's going to pass the adolescence stage, and she's gonna like to look for more advanced understanding of her surrounding and environment. In conclusion, the case study examined the learning processes, applying educational theories as we have seen, and I can assume that the students' behavior choices were understood very clearly based on the theories, which is a great thing. Most of the time, we need those scientific theories to understand our students and to find a way to develop the performance. I can refer you to some references over here that I have used in my research. We have Vygotsky Minding Society 1978 and Erickson 1994 Identity and Life Cycle and Kohlberg Stage and Sequence. Please check our YouTube channel. This is the link. It's called FFS. And of course, Hiba has showed her consent to share this educational research. She agreed and she understands very well the purpose of this research. Thank you so much.